In the history of pitching at the major league level, there is a dividing line before Sandy Koufax and after Sandy Koufax. Baseball had very few power pitchers before 1960. That is, someone who takes control of the game and dominates batters with speed, control, and nasty breaking pitches. Those kinds of hurlers had come along before. Rube Waddell and Satchel Paige are two examples, but they were exceptional and certainly not the norm. Up until the 1950s, the great majority of pitchers tried to induce weak contact from batters and trusted in their defense for outs. They threw 2 to 3, maybe 4 strikeouts per game. Throwing as hard as possible seemed inefficient to many and likely to cause injury. In the 1940s and 1950s, pitchers like Bob Feller and Herb Score brought more heat and had seasons in which they posted modern-day strikeout rates. But then it really changed. From 1961 to 1966, Sandy Koufax led the league in strikeouts 4 times with a rising fastball and a knee-buckling curve. What is interesting to note is that Koufax did not develop pinpoint control until halfway through his career. But once he found it, the streak of dominance began. He pitched 4 no-hitters, surpassing Cy Young and Bob Feller, both who had 3. In 1963, Koufax struck out 15 Yankees in Game 1 of the World Series, a record. In 1965, he set a new single-season strikeout record, 382 batters, and passed Rube Waddell. Koufax dominated lineups from start to finish, and then he retired at age 30 rather than continue to pitch in excruciating pain. But his 5-year run was the start of a trend. He paved the way for a new generation of power pitchers, hurlers who were no longer just looking to get outs. They wanted to take control of the game by overpowering batters. Bob Gibson posted a record 1.12 ERA in 1968, and Nolan Ryan set the current record of 383 strikeouts in 1973. Ryan would also go on to surpass Koufax with a record 7 no-hitters. Now, Major League Baseball was concerned about these trends and even changed the rules a bit to the benefit of hitters, but the strikeout pitcher did not go away. Quite the opposite. Scouts armed with radar guns by 1980 looked for the next Nolan Ryan, and modern science had an impact too. Vitamin supplements and strength training made hurlers bigger, stronger, and more dominating, while orthopedic surgeons discovered a method of repairing torn ligaments in the arm. Flamethrowers Jacob deGrom, Justin Verlander, and Steven Strasburg all had their careers extended by this orthopedic procedure. 40 years after Sandy Koufax, the strikeout pitcher had become a mainstay of Major League Baseball. Seeing someone toss 10 or more strikeouts in a single game is no longer rare. And in our time, the person closing the game is almost always a power pitcher who dominates with speed, breaking balls, and who strikes out more than 10 batters per 9 innings. The Jewish kid from Brooklyn was the first of a new kind of pitcher, and that's why there is before Sandy Koufax and after Sandy Koufax. Hey, thanks for watching this short one. Let me know what you think of it in the comments, and watch part 1 of the series if you haven't already.